Hello, this is Marvelyn Brown, and I am back today. We are going to cover, in this video, we're going to cover posting. So I'm going to help you set up your first post with Thrive Themes. So let's go ahead and get you logged in. So we're at the Bluehost site, and I will help you get logged in. All you need to do is just go up here to this right hand menu that says login. You're going to click on that and it will take you to your Bluehost portal. And this is how we are accessing your site until we get everything set up and we're able to launch. Okay, so this is the name of your site. This is letting you know that you're in the right place. So this is the name of your site, and then over here you want to log in to WordPress. So you're going to click on that button, and that will take you to your WordPress dashboard where we will create your first post. Okay, so let me get my screen pulled over a little bit. Okay, so now, as I had said before, all of your navigation for Bluehost is going to be in this left-hand menu. And we want to go to Posts, and then I've already added a couple of categories, but what you want to do is you want to think about keywords. So when you are adding categories, it might be a good idea before you add your categories to think about what you're going to be writing about and also think about keywords. So for your categories, you just want to think about the things that you will be focusing on, the main categories that you're going to focus on, as well as the keywords that you want people to use when they do a Google search. You want to make sure that they use that you make your categories reflect the keywords that they're going to be looking for when they are trying to find the information that you will be providing on your blog. So hopefully that makes sense. So for example, I'm going to be writing about working remotely and things that support that. So things like how-to tutorials, and then also doing a lot of posts on things to make your home environment more conducive to working from home. So my two categories that I've set up already are home office and how-to. Those are going to be the primary things that I'm going to be talking about so that I can help people get their site set up. So now that you have the categories, we're also going to be entering some tags. And you might want to use that same list of keywords to think about maybe 5 or 6 tags that you will use to further define your keywords or the things that people might be looking for. So when someone visits your blog, you want them to be able to click on categories that make sense to them and what they're looking for, as it relates to the topics that you are going to be talking about. And then for the tags, you want to use some terms that maybe these terms might be more slang, or they may be more jargon, or the terms that people actually use. So for example, when I thought about how to, I thought about using the word tutorial, but then I realized that most people are not going to be typing into Google saying things like, using terms like tutorial. Only certain industries use that term, so I didn't want to narrow it down to that. So I knew that most people, if they're looking for information, they're going to say how to, and then they'll fill in the blank. And so I made one of my categories how to. Now, one of my tags might be tutorials, because that kind of further defines my how to area. And that is something that maybe someone in a certain industry, they may use that term. So that's kind of one example that you can use when it comes to, creating categories and tags. You want to differentiate between your categories and your tags. Your tags really need to further, further explain or further detail your categories. So hopefully that makes sense. So now we're going to set up a post. We're going to set up your first post. And so we're under the post category. Now we're going to click add new. So click on add new. And then we are going to name our post. And so for the sake of this video, I'm just going to say the best, let's see, the 10 best office chairs for home. So the 10 best office chairs for home. So someone who is looking for, guidance on office chairs, if they're thinking about working from home, this might be a topic that they might want more information on. So now I've got my title. Now I'm going to just save it as a draft. And this is the procedure that you're going to go through with each and every post that you do. The main thing that you want to do is you want to find a tool like Ubersuggest, Google Keyword Planner, one of the keyword tools that you can use to look up your keywords, do your keyword research, and find information on how popular certain keywords are. And before you write your post, you want to make sure that you have a keyword that is that a lot of people are searching for. Like you want a keyword that at least, I would say 1,200 people to 500 people are looking for, on any given day, or at least within a certain time period, a very short window of time. But you want to have a popular keyword, and you want to look up those keywords before you write your blog post. Just the idea of, certain word combinations like office chairs, you may want to, change that up. Maybe office chairs, maybe people aren't searching for office chairs. Maybe they're searching for, chairs for my home office. Chairs for my home office. So that's kind of a phrase. So you might want to use that in your content versus using office chairs. You may have only 10 people looking for office chairs, whereas you may have chairs for home office. That phrase may have thousands of people who are looking for it. So you definitely want to go with the phrase that gives you the biggest result. So now that I've saved this, now I'm going to click on Launch Thrive Architect. And then Thrive Architect is going to pull up the template that we created or that we selected when we were in the wizard. And then what we're going to do in this video is we're just going to kind of modify that a little bit and kind of add some things that make it look a little bit better. Okay, so this is the template, and this is where, I forgot to add the featured image, so we'll do that later. But this is where your featured image is going to go. And then this is the area of the post that tells people the author's name, the category, and I didn't put it in a category either. I just messed up all the way around, as well as the date that it was published and any comments. So I really don't like this little stripe, so I think that I am going to modify this template. So let me just kind of give you an idea of how this is laid out. So on the left hand side, we have the detailed area. So this is where you add details to your page or to an element or a component of your blog post. And then on the left hand side, we have this very narrow menu, and this is where you add elements. Now this A stands for Thrive Architect, but we're going to go into the template, and you're going to see a T that will enable you to alter or modify the template. And actually the template is right here. So this is the T that you would use to edit the current template. So always remember A stands for architect and T stands for the template. So on this side is where you add elements. And when you click on this, this little box at the very top, it says add element. You're going to click on that if you want to add something to your page. So I'm going to just pull up some stuff related to, so it looks like the author stuff is probably in the template. So this is what you would do when you want to add text to your blog post. You're going to click on this text and you're just going to drag it and drop it. And that is where you will start typing in your text. So for the sake of this video, I am going to use some dummy text. I'm going to go to a site called, let's see, actually I can just type in dummy text. So dummy text generator. We want to just generate some filler text that we're going to put into this blog post. So here we go. We're just going to copy this, and actually, yeah, we'll copy and paste. So we're just going to select it, copy it, and then we're going to go to our blog post and we're going to paste it right in here. So this is my dummy text. Now this is going to be replaced with your actual blog post, but this is going to represent, you know, your blog post. This is a title. So this is actually heading text. So if you look at this, when I put my cursor on this area, it gives me this indicator that says that this is heading text. So Google is going to look at this and read it as heading text. When I click on the regular text, it indicates that this is a paragraph. So it's already formatted out, and then all you have to do is put in your wording. So this kind of gives you, you know, kind of a placeholder for your article. And then these are the headings, and you can change these up. So you can also change the you can change the font over here, right in this area. So if you want to change the font for this header, you would just click on the pencil, and then you can choose from WebSafe fonts, and you can also choose from Google fonts. So I'm just going to stick with, and then you can also, if you use a template, you can inherit the fonts from that particular template. We're going to use WebSafe fonts, and we're going to click on Georgia. So now you can see this looks a little bit different. If you want to change the color, you just highlight the text, and if you want this to be black, you can change it to black, or you can change it to any of these colors, and you just click on apply, and that changes the color. So now it's a little bit darker than it was. And my heater is running in the background, and I am going to pause this video and just turn that off. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back without all of that excess noise in the background. Hopefully you were able to hear the beginning of this video. But basically this is just dummy text that you can use to, you know, kind of have a placeholder for your post. Now with this, I'm going to go over to the template, and I explained that the A stands for architect, Thrive Architect. So that is where, if you are using Thrive Architect, you are going to be editing this content. This is where you actually edit your post. If you want to edit the template, then you're going to click on the T, and that stands for template. And let me just save and exit. All right, so then once it's saved, then we are going to be able to edit the template. And I'm going to get rid of that box across the top. Now the template is also where you're going to find a lot of the author tools. So here we go. Here is this big box, and I really don't like it. So let's see if I can find an author tool that looks a little bit better than this box. Okay, so we have author name, author image, author social links. So I don't really think it's the author information that I don't like. I just don't like this background. So let's see if I can change the color of the background. So we'll try that first. Okay, so yeah, it's not giving me the ability to change the color. So let's see, main options, enable. And so you may have to kind of click around with this and find the, okay, so there's that. Background style. Yeah, I'm not finding this color. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm getting rid of all of it. So this is just a, so let's see, the background. It's still not giving me the background color. I'm going to get rid of all of it. Now that really kind of doesn't look too bad if you ask me. Let's see. So I can, nah, I'm getting rid of all of it. So now we'll just have a clean looking top. And then I will put in some author information. Okay, so let's see, author name. You've already got my about information. So I'm just going to put author social links. Going to put those there. And I will maybe put in, let's see, post content. Nope. Author name. Nope. Post date. So I'll put the post date above the author, social follow information or whatever. So now I've got the social links here. I'm going to modify this because I can also add Pinterest. So here are the 4 social follow buttons. And I'm going to add some styling. Let's see. Do I want to keep them? I think I'm just going to keep them circular. And actually, I would rather have social follow, just regular social follow links. But I'll leave these. This is fine. So in Thrive Themes, you have the ability to go into the main dashboard, and we'll work on that as well, and enter all of your social profiles. So that way, if someone wants to follow you, they can use these links and they can not only follow, and let me just make sure that this is a follow and not a, so social networks, common button with, it doesn't say that it's social follow. Okay, we'll work on that in a moment. But these are the links that will enable people to either follow you or to share your content. And I think I would rather have the sharing buttons on here versus having someone to follow me. But we'll work on that here in a moment. So yeah, this is author social links. So these would be my links where people could actually follow me. So we'll see about that, actually updating all of that in a moment. So now we have the content, we have the previous, and next we have author information at the bottom. And so I think that we are good to go. Now this author bio needs to be edited because I need to also add Pinterest to this. Okay, so here are the Pinterest. Here's the Pinterest button. And then we will update the author description here in a moment. Now, the other thing that we want to do here is we want to add some things to this sidebar. So here's my author description, and I'm not going to just put author information everywhere, but I do think it's a good idea to have it and make it convenient for anyone who might want to follow or share or whatever. So we're going to use this. And how come it's not expanding? Okay, here we go. So we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we'll do LinkedIn and Pinterest. Okay, so now that one's done. And then we have, not sure, oh, this is search. So I'm going to put the word search in here instead of type here, because what does that mean? So we're going to edit that element. We're going to say search. All right, so we have search in the search bar. Recent posts. Oh, let me click done. And then recent posts, post list. So this will fill in once we have more posts. So I'm going to leave that, let's see, columns, horizontal space. Okay, so we're going to leave that until we actually have the post done. And then here are the categories. So that's already marked. And then sign up to the newsletter. We're going to use a different, element for that, but we'll leave that there for now. And then if you have anything like an offer or something that you want to put in the sidebar that will be seen by everyone who looks at your posts, then you can do that by putting that information in here. We're going to cover that a little more in a moment. But now we're going to save, and then we are going to go back to our post and just kind of see how it looks. And if we like the way it looks, then we'll be good to go. So this is how all of the posts are going to look. I kind of think this needs to be a little smaller. These are the buttons that we're going to use to share information. And actually, I'm going to get rid of this. But no, you know what? I don't need to get rid of it. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of trying to figure out, do I want social share buttons? And I probably do, because I want people to be able to share my posts. So we'll leave that in there. And this is pretty much it. Learn about your subject. So you can say, I could say something like, learn about working remotely. Start now. And then I might, I don't necessarily want to do an ebook, but I might point them to a course. So I'll have more information in here at a later date as well. So we're going to save this. And then we are going to exit. So we're going to go back to, let me just come over here so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to go back to Thrive Architect. So we're going to be editing the content. So when you're editing content, just remember, you're going to be using Thrive Architect. When you're editing the template, you will be using Thrive Theme Builder. Okay, so now we have our template is pretty much done as much as we could possibly do it, and we're going to leave this the way it is. And this will enable you to create blog posts. Now, the thing that we want to do, and I'm going to close out of this window, we're going to go back to our post. This is the editor that, I'm going to probably, this is like the Gutenberg editor, but I'm probably going to use the plugin that will give me the classic editor. I really like the classic editor a lot better than Gutenberg. To me, Gutenberg is kind of hard to use. But anyway, we're going to go over and add the categories. We're going to add our featured image and all of that. So here's where you're going to find all of that information. So now our categories, we've got it under uncategorized. We're going to remove that. And because this is about, home office, we're going to check off the category home office. And then we're going to look at, I'm going to just look at some of my keywords and create, some tag categories. So for now, I'm going to leave that blank. we're going to set our featured image, and I already have an image that I've uploaded that looks like office furniture, and I put in my alt text. So home office furniture is the alt text that describes the image, and it also has my keyword home office. And then I have the title home office furniture. So that way, when someone hovers over the image, all of that information will pop up and they'll be able to see it. Now, if you want, you can add a caption, or you can also add a description. Sometimes, depending on the application that you use, this description will carry over to that application. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to add my featured image. And you can also add an excerpt. So if you want to add an excerpt, you can enter that here. You can also, allow for comments, allow for pingbacks and trackbacks. And then there is a feature in Thrive Themes called Thrive Headline Optimizer. So if you want to, for example, put in another headline, maybe you have a test that you want to do to see which headline people will click on the most. You can put that headline in right here. So I'm not going to do that for this exercise. I'm just going to leave it as is, and I may do a video further down the road on how the Thrive Headline Optimizer works. So for now, we've got all of our information in there. We're going to save, and then we're going to launch the Thrive Architect plugin again so that we can make sure that our featured image and our categories and all of that stuff carries over. Okay, so the image did carry over. Let's see if we got our category. And I don't have, that's right, I took that banner off that had the category. So I may have to add something that kind of tells you what the category is. But this is basically how this blog post is going to look. So it's kind of looking a little bit rough, but it is definitely coming together. So learn more about working remotely, and then, I'll put some more information in here. But this is basically my layout. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to go back to WordPress, the dashboard for WordPress. And what I'm going to do is actually show you. So it looks like we've got two of the same. So let me just go ahead. I'm going to put this in the trash. This is just a test blog post. And then I think I must have cloned this other blog post. We're going to put that one in the trash as well. And then we are going to go down to, I believe it's, nope, it's not settings, it's not tools, users. Okay, so this is where you are going to enter your author bio information. So it's users, and then you will click on your image, you will edit. And let me just pause this video really quickly, and I'm going to pull up my author bio information and just show you how to enter it. Just one moment, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I'm back. So this is where you would put your biographical information. So I am going to just, select some more dummy text, and I want to just show you how this works. So I'm just going to select a couple of sentences here, and I'm going to paste it right into the biographical information. And then this is the picture that is going to show up under my author bio. And then I'm going to just click on update. Now, as you can see, this is where the social sharing buttons are as well. So you can also enter your Facebook page URL, your Twitter page, your Pinterest page, your LinkedIn page. If you have a Zing page, you can put that there, your YouTube channel, and your Instagram page. You can put all of that here. And that will also show up under the author bio section. So let's go back to our blog post. So then, and you know what, I forgot to save. So just one moment, let me update, and then we will go back and check all of that out. So now I'm going to refresh my page. Now that all of that has been saved, I will refresh my page, and it should show up under the author bio. Okay, so let's see if that shows up. Okay. So now here is my author bio, and you can see the dummy text that I put in. Now the other thing that you're going to see is these are my links. Now when you put in that information that I just showed you, all those different social profiles, then that is going to provide the links for this. So there you go. So here's the other author bio information. The lorem ipsum information appears there as well. So now you can just kind of figure out, what information, what maybe couple of paragraphs you want to share with your audience about you. And then you can also put a link to your About Me page. So that way, if people want even more information about your company or about you, you can, guide them to that page where they can get that information. Now, the other thing that I'm going to add to this really quickly, I believe I can add a section that will tell the category for each of my posts, because that's important as well. That would be just like, putting in a keyword on the page. So I definitely, if I can add that, then I'm definitely going to do that. So now we're back and we're editing the template, and you can see that right here. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to see if I can find a an element that will give me, let's see, category. Okay, post categories, article component. So let's see, foundation, that's not going to give me anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the post category here. So then, yeah, so it did give me the right category. Okay, so now I have home office. Maybe I should put category and then home office. Okay, so let me try this again. So I'm going to put in the text category. So text. Oh, there it is. Okay, so now we're going to put in category, colon, and then we will put in category, post categories. Okay, so we're going to put that, I guess I have to put it here. That's interesting. Okay, so we're just going to drag it over. And so now we have the date and we have the post category. And maybe I will, do I want to put that below? Maybe I do want to stick this below. So let's put it below the date. And then we're going to take this and put it right here. Okay, so we're going to have to delete these, and then this will have to go across the top. And then home office, we're going to slide that over. And there we go, category. And then we need to get rid of some of the padding. So let's see. If you want to get rid of the padding, so we put the element on the page from the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, we adjust any kind of padding or anything that might be, making this kind of gap between the first row and the second row. So we're going to make this 0, and then we're going to take this down to 0. That's going to eliminate some of that space, and I think we should be good. Let's see. So we have this, and then we have this. Okay, so I think we're good. This looks a little bit plain, but I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, just for the sake of consistency, I'm just gonna make this, kind of line up a little bit, and then the date. This is still showing. Okay, and then this will put 0. And not sure why this is. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now we have date, and we can make that bold. Yeah, we'll just make it bold. I'm not going through all those other changes. And then we'll make this one bold. And kind of line them up so they're even. Okay, so there's that. And that doesn't look too bad. I might end up having to work with this a little bit more, but at least we have the date, we have the category. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe this needs to go back up here. And this is the thing, you can just get stuck fooling around with this, forever and not get the things done that you need to get done. So we're just going to roll with this and keep it pretty much like this. We're going to get rid of this column. Okay. And then home office, we're going to move that a little bit closer. And there we go. So now we're done. We've got our date. We've got our category. And we are going to move this up just a little bit more. So whenever you want to move something up, you just go to the layout and position section. That moved that up a little bit. And then let's see. Columns, and not sure why there is so much space. Okay, so let's just take one at a time and see if we can adjust. Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, we're gonna have to leave that the way it is for now, but there we are. So there is our post. Now we're gonna go back to Thrive Architect, and I think that'll be it. So this video has been a little bit on the long side, but I think it's kind of giving you some good information that you can use to create your first post. And you can change your templates, to whatever you want. I'm changing mine to look like this. I kind of like the look and feel of this. And this is going to give me a great framework that I can use for any blog post. So each time I write a blog post, it's going to look like this. It's going to have the featured image. It's going to have the title. It's going to have my header across the top, my picture along the side. I'm going to update my bio information and my name. And then I'm also going to put in, once I have my social media set up, I will put in my social media information. And there will also be some posts that I can put into the recent post area. Here's my categories. I'm probably going to take uncategorized off of this list, but I'll do that later as well. So there you have it. Here is our first post. So now we are going to get out of this, and I'm going to end this video, and I will see you on the next video where we will finish putting the finishing touches on our blog. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.